This question is from the Oxford Mathematician test in 2007, and we are going to find the biggest value for this function. And of course, when we want to find the biggest value of a function, let's just go ahead and take the derivative, set it equal to 0, and find the critical numbers, and good luck, right? So let's just go ahead and do that. Here we go, f prime of x. Of course, we see that we have this to the power, so bring the power to the front, and then minus 1. And then right here, we just get 2, you keep the inside, right? So we have 3 sine square of 10x plus 11, and then minus 7, and then 2 minus 1, just 1. Okay, next we will have to use the chain rule, right? So let's use the green pen. Here we will have to differentiate the inside. Well, the derivative 3 times that, we'll just do 3 times that, right? Well, for this one, we will have to bring the power to the front, and then minus 1. So that will actually give us 6. And then the sign stays, and it's actually signed to the first power, and we will have 10x plus 11. But the derivative of the first part is actually not done yet, because remember, this is sine and then to the second power. So that means we have to differentiate the sine function now, which we will just use the black pen right here. Well, the derivative sign is cosine, so I'll just put on cosine, and then we will have the input, which is 10x plus 11. And lastly, we will have to differentiate the inside. So we will have to multiply by 10. Okay. And then the derivative negative 7 is just 0. So that's the derivative. Don't worry, I'm just kidding. I'm just want to do the derivative for you guys. That's all. Do we really need to use the calculus technique to find the biggest value for this? No, we don't. Why? Because we have just a sine function. So in fact, we can just argue things along the way. So check this out. Alright, here we go. I'll show you guys how we can argue things along the way. So first off, when we have sine of anything inside, but in this case we have 10x plus 11, this sine function must be in between of negative 1 and 1. Alright? And when we square it, of course the negative will become positive, but we will still have the minimum being equal to 0. And when we multiply by 3, well, check this out. If we look at 3 sine square of 10x plus 11, you pretty much multiply this by 3, so the maximum here is going to be 3. But don't forget that the minimum here will be 0. So that's what we have. And then if you minus 7, so of course just minus 7, minus 7, minus 7, this means the input here, we have 3 sine square of 10x plus 11, and then minus 7. This right here will be in between of, here we get negative 4, and then there we get negative 7. Alright? And lastly, we will have to square everybody. So be really careful. If we square everybody, you see, now this part is negative. If we square everybody, right? If we square everybody, we will actually have to flip the inequality, right? Because this is negative. So in fact, when we square it, it's actually a decreasing function on the negative side. So the whole thing, we get 3 sine square of 10x plus 11 minus 7, and then square. This right here, the maximum value is actually 49. And then the minimum value is actually 16. So the answer for this right here is 49. Yeah, no calculus needed. But of course, it's a pretty good derivative exercise right here. So that's it.